Chapter 8. Resentment that was never expressed. This pathway is powerful because the cheating can look sudden to the partner. But internally, it has been building for years. No big fights, no dramatic breakdown. Just small hurts, disappointments, and unmet needs that were never voiced, never repaired, and never released. Resentment is what happens when pain is swallowed instead of expressed. What unexpressed resentment really is. It's the accumulation of thoughts like, I wish they would notice this. I feel taken for granted. I do so much and it goes unseen. I've given up a lot. They don't understand what this costs me. I stopped asking because nothing changes. But instead of saying these things, the person stays quiet, often because they are non-confrontational, afraid of seeming needy, tired of repeating themselves, trying to be the good partner, so the feelings don't disappear, they harden. What resentment does psychologically? Resentment quietly changes how someone feels about their partner. Less warmth, less empathy, less desire to give, less guilt about taking for themselves. They start feeling, I've given enough, I deserve something for myself. This is where the psychological permission for cheating begins. Not from desire, from emotional accounting. The dangerous internal shift, they stop feeling like an equal partner. They start feeling like an underappreciated giver, and the affair starts to feel less like betrayal and more like compensation. Nadia and Luke, married 13 years. Luke works long hours. Nadia handles most of the home and the kids. Luke loves her deeply and assumes she knows it. Nadia slowly starts feeling overworked, unnoticed, unappreciated, emotionally unsupported. She has tried in the past to bring it up, but Luke would say, I'm doing this for us. So she stops mentioning it. She adapts, becomes strong, handles everything. Years pass. Resentment builds quietly. Internally, Nadia's thoughts become, no one sees how much I do. I don't matter as much as everything else. I'm exhausted being the responsible one. But she never says it anymore and she just carries it. She meets someone through a hobby group. He notices things. You're incredibly capable. You do so much. You deserve more time for yourself. He sees her effort, acknowledges her. She feels deeply understood, not attracted at first, relieved. What's happening psychologically? He is validating the pain she's been carrying silently for years. And that validation feels emotional, meaningful, intimate. The shift. She starts talking to him more, sharing more, feeling seen in a way she hasn't felt in a decade. And in her mind, a subtle belief forms, I deserve to feel this. This is resentment turning into justification. Why does this turn into an affair? Because the resentment has eroded her sense of loyalty, not her love, her sense of fairness. She doesn't feel like she's betraying Luke. She feels like she's finally receiving something for herself. The tragic irony. Luke would have listened. Luke would have changed. But by the time the affair happens, Nadia is no longer asking. She's done asking. The core psychological truth. Unspoken resentment doesn't stay small. It transforms love into emotional distance and self-justification. And when someone finally feels seen and valued, it can feel like something they are owed. Why is this preventable? Couples who avoid this make it safe to say regularly, I'm starting to feel unappreciated. I feel like I'm carrying more than I can handle. This is turning into resentment and I don't want that. They treat resentment as an early warning system, not something to endure quietly. Because once resentment hardens, the emotional protections around the relationship weaken dramatically.